It is my honor now to welcome Dr. Bridget Terry Long to our celebration. Dr. Long is a Harvard University Distinguished Service Professor and the Saris Professor of Education and Economics at the Harvard Graduate School of Education, where she has devoted her career to expanding access to education and improving student success. Her groundbreaking research and leadership, from redesigning degree programs to pioneering online learning, reflect a deep belief in the power of education to transform lives, a belief that is central to WGU's mission. Like us, she is committed to breaking down barriers, increasing affordability, and creating pathways for every learner to achieve their goals. Dr. Long's work has shaped policies, informed national conversations, and directly impacted students across the country. And we are honored to have her with us today to celebrate the achievements of our health and education graduates. At this time, please join me in turning your attention to the screens.
Education was the most important thing in my family, and we are a testament to what education can do for students. But I learned early on that opportunity doesn't just happen for most people. It's not surprising looking back that I ended up studying education and trying to figure out ways to improve opportunity and access. A lot of my work has been motivated by the fact that hard work doesn't always pay off. And I think that's unfair. I think that's absolutely unfair because of the way that our systems are. So one of my major projects demonstrated quite dramatically that if you simplify the process of getting financial aid, many, many more people go to college. My research has focused on students who don't necessarily fit the traditional 17-year-old going full-time, and that really comes from my parents. They were dreamers and they took risks. But it actually took me a while to realize something about them. I was looking at some old photos, and I happened to see my father in his college graduation regalia, and I'm in the photo. And it made me realize, wait a second, my father didn't graduate from college until he was 30 years old. The respect and the admiration I have for my parents, to have a little one, and to have a job, and to have a spouse, and a mortgage, and all of those things, and my parents somehow did it. The last several years, I've had to balance a number of really challenging things. I not only was running an institution, I not only had 2 teenage boys, but I took over the care of my parents. And right towards the end of COVID, my father had a massive stroke, and my mom had been battling Alzheimer's. I lost my father in October 2023. And then, surprisingly, lost my mother 3 months later. To lose them when they were the foundation of everything. As you can see, there's tears. They're mostly tears now of joy because they prepared me so well. One of the things I did as a dean in raising financial aid funds, I asked the donor, I said, you know, I'm never gonna have the amount of money necessary to endow a scholarship at Harvard. My mother means the world to me because you name one of them after my mother. And they did. And as my mom was going down, I got to tell her, Mom, your name is gonna live on forever at Harvard. I have approached my career looking at people from all different kinds of profiles. The ones that you might not expect are going to be the strivers and the dreamers because they're there. And my parents are 2 wonderful examples of that. And if we narrow the way that opportunity is presented, we have this false understanding of who is appropriate for education. For everyone who may be thinking, you know, college isn't for me, look around. Look around at the diverse set of people, the range of folks who are accomplishing, who are completing their degrees, who are learning, who are taking steps forward. It's absolutely amazing. We need all kinds of people, all kinds of experiences, all kinds of opinions and perspectives, because it is working together and bringing that all together and bringing our full selves that creates magic, creates absolute magic.
Bridget, at this time, will you please join me at the lectern? And I'll also invite our chair, Joe Fuller, to join me as well. On behalf of all of us today, we express our deepest appreciation for your leadership and unwavering commitment to shaping a better future for individuals and workers everywhere. It is our privilege to present you with this honorary doctorate of humane letters, and with it comes a hood. So we'll first hood Dr. Long, and then we'll present her with her honorary doctorate.
Wow. It is truly an honor to be here. WGU is an institution that supports opportunity for working adults, and you, the graduates, we honor you today because you are what makes WGU great. I'm proud to join others in celebrating your achievements, so congratulations again. And of course, many people helped you arrive at this special milestone, so I don't think that we can do it often enough to take a moment and reflect upon and honor those who helped us reach this important milestone. Absolutely. So when I think about my own supportive community, my parents were my foundation. They gifted me with love, wisdom, honesty, and laughter. And as you saw from the video, they instilled in me a strong belief in the importance of education. But I've come to realize that their journeys, the decisions they made, and the values they demonstrated through their actions are incredibly powerful lessons of something even greater. Through education, they redefined what's possible. And it is this incredible gift that I'd like for you all to consider. As you saw in the video, I did not immediately grasp the fact that I was present at my father's graduation. I'd seen that picture many times, my mother holding me while standing next to my dad and my grandmother in his commencement regalia. And of course, when you're young, you don't necessarily think too hard about your parents' lives. Your attention is focused on friends and your own interests. But as I approached adulthood, I began to take a deeper look at my family and the significance of their lived experiences. My family is built upon generations of people who persevered in the worst conditions. On my mother's side, my great-grandmother was born into slavery and emancipated at age 6. She became a midwife, raised the funds to acquire land, and passed that land on to her descendants. On my father's side, my grandparents survived the hard realities and severe poverty of sharecropping. And it is a source of pride that all 7 of their children, including my father, graduated from high school. These are generations of people who did more than just persevere, and because they did, I am here today. My father's graduation picture makes clear how my parents redefined what was possible in their own way. Going to college was not an expectation for my parents. It was not even part of the conversation. But my parents were dreamers, and they were not deterred by naysayers, and they did not shy away from entering unfamiliar spaces. Pursuing higher education was a deliberate decision they made, and both attended college later in life, my father completing his bachelor's degree at age 30. They made the commitment to juggle work, studies, bills, and me, their first child. They were redefining what was possible with each and every step they took. And I know that many of you understand this story because it reflects your own. Graduates take pride in how you are redefining what is possible, just like my parents did. What you do today is more than just getting a degree. It is redefining not only what is possible for you, but also for everyone you meet and who comes after you. It's perhaps no surprise that I married a dreamer who also had to redefine for himself what's possible. My husband, Carl, over there, was a first-generation college student, and his freshman year, he showed up to campus after a 24-hour Greyhound bus ride with just a duffel bag of his things. It wasn't easy, but I encouraged Carl to tell his story to our own children, Calvin and Finley. I want them to know what they are building upon and that they too can redefine what's possible. Graduates, as you look ahead, I want to leave you with one last thought. Realize that the skills it took for you to redefine what's possible will also help you make important contributions in the years ahead. Many of us come from backgrounds and communities that are often not well represented at tables of influence. Some might see that as a disadvantage, but I want you to consider the power of your personal journeys, yet another important lesson I take from my parents. Living through challenging experiences, workplaces, military service, raising children, navigating barriers, has developed within you insights and special skills. You may be more apt to notice when someone is repeatedly overlooked and discounted because you felt that yourself. You may recognize the struggles of a student who questions whether they should even continue to try because you've confronted those doubts yourself. You are amazing problem solvers. You've had to be. And that has equipped you to question outdated assumptions and be open to new ideas and ways of working. And I want you to consider how I described my mother at the time of her passing. In her obituary I wrote, Eleanor loved fiercely and unconditionally, was generous in her support, and lifted those around her, often seeing the potential in people that others missed. So many of my mother's friends and her former students, I don't think I mentioned she was a teacher, they contacted me to say how much that line resonated with them and how they knew and experienced my mother. For my mother, the instinct to see the potential in people came from her own lived experiences of often being underestimated. And now, graduates, this is something you can do too. You've already redefined what's possible. Now, maybe you can help others do that for themselves. Help others imagine all the wonderful things they are capable of. Congratulations again, and thank you for inspiring us all. The future is brighter because you dared to redefine it. Thank you.